In 1274, a Mongol fleet led by Hotun Khan invades the Japanese island of Tsushima. Local samurai Lord Jin Sakai and his uncle Lord Shimura lead the island's samurai in an attempt to repel the invaders.
I am Harunobu Adachi, descendant of the legendary Yoshinobu Adachi.
However, the battle ends in disaster, with the samurai killed, Shimura captured, and Jin severely wounded and left for dead. He is found and revived by Yuna, a thief, who informs him the island has fallen. Jin storms Hotun's stronghold at Castle Kaneda in an attempt to rescue Shimura, but is defeated by Hotun in combat and thrown off the castle bridge. Realizing he cannot defeat the Mongols alone or with traditional samurai tactics, Jin travels throughout the island to recruit allies and learns guerrilla warfare. He recruits Yuna, her blacksmith brother Taka, sake merchant Kenji, master archer Sadanobu Ishikawa, female samurai Masako Adaki, and his old friend mercenary Ryuzo and his straw hat Ronin. As Jin disrupts Mongol activities and liberates villages across the island, the people begin to revere to him as the Ghost, a samurai spirit risen against the Mongols. Taka crafts a grappling hook for Jin to scale Castle Kaneda's walls, and Jin strikes with his allies. Destitute and starving, Ryuzo and the Straw Hats betray Jin to collect the bounty issued on him by Hotun. Jin manages to fend them off, free Shimura and retake Castle Kaneda. Despite their victory, Hotun has already left to conquer Castle Shimura alongside Ryuzo. To retake Castle Shimura, Jin recruits Norio and his warrior monks and the Yarikawa clan. On Shimura's behalf, he also recruits local pirate Goro to carry a petition for reinforcements to the shogun, as well as a request for approval to adopt Jin as his heir. With a new army being assembled, Jin recovers his family's ancestral armor from caretaker Yuriko, who teaches him how to craft poison. Under orders from Shimura, Jin and Taka try to infiltrate a fortress where Ryuzo is located but are ambushed and captured by Hotun. When Jin refuses to submit to his rule, Hotun kills Taka. Jin escapes with Yuna's help. The shogun's reinforcements arrive, and Shimura leads the assembled army in an assault on Castle Shimura, driving the Mongols into the inner keep. However, as the Mongols retreat, they detonate the bridge leading to the inner courtyard, inflicting huge casualties on the advancing samurai. Knowing that another frontal attack would only result in more losses, Jin decides to infiltrate the keep and sneak poison into the Mongols' Arag. He also encounters and kills Ryuzo when he refuses to surrender. However, he again misses Hotun, who is left to campaign further north. Despite the castle being taken with the samurai suffering no further losses, Shimura is furious with Jin, as his action severely violates the samurai code. Knowing the shogun will have Jin executed for insubordination, Shimura urges him to scapegoat Yuna, but Jin refuses and embraces his persona as the Ghost. Shimura has him arrested, but he manages to escape captivity. Jin travels north, and learns that the Mongols have learned how to craft his poison, which they intend to use in their assault on the Japanese mainland. Before gathering his allies and assaulting Hotun's final stronghold in Port Izumi, Jin leaves a note for Shimura in his castle asking him to join the effort with the samurai, which he does. With the bulk of the Mongol forces distracted, Jin infiltrates the port and kills Hotun on his flagship.
We will be remembered forever.
No, you will be forgotten.
With Hotun dead, the Mongol invasion loses its momentum and the tide turns in favor of the samurai. Shimura informs Jin that the shogun considers him a threat to the island's stability and status quo of obedience of the people to their leaders. He has therefore disbanded Clan Sakai and ordered Shimura to kill Jin. Reminiscing about what they have both lost, Jin and Shimura reluctantly duel each other, with Jin emerging victorious. Jin has the option to either kill Shimura to give him a proper warrior's death, or completely abandon the samurai code and spare his life. Regardless of the decision, Jin becomes the enemy of the shogun. Sometime after his duel with Shimura, Jin comes across a community of villagers who have been driven insane by a poison described as sacred medicine. It was administered by a scouting party of Mongols whom Jin has never previously encountered, members of the Mongolian Eagle tribe, led by Angser the Eagle Khatun Onzu Lawson. Defeating them, Jin learns that the Eagle is engaged in a conquest of Iki Island, where his late father Kazumasa had once led an unsuccessful campaign to pacify its raiders. The samurai withdrew from the island after Kazumasa was ambushed and killed by the raiders. Jin was there during the campaign as a boy. He witnessed his father's death and still blames himself for not saving him. Made cognizant of this new threat to Tsushima, Jin sails to Iki to stop the Eagle and face his past. A thunderstorm destroys Jin's boat, but he is able to survive and arrive on Iki. Discovering the Eagle's base to be his father's former stronghold, Fort Sakai, Jin storms the fort but is subdued and captured by the Eagle's second-in-command, Kunbish. He and the Eagle force Jin to consume the sacred medicine in an attempt to convert him into one of the tribe's shamans. The poison causes Jin to frequently hallucinate the Eagle, his deceased father, and many of his other past failures. He is rescued by the raider Tenzo, who reluctantly accepts Jin's help and takes him to the raiders' leader, Fune. Jin works with the raiders to weaken the Eagle's hold over the island, eventually retaking Fort Sakai, killing Kunbish in the process. After fending off retaliation by the Eagle's forces, Jin hears Tenzo say, "May your death benefit all beings," to a dying Mongol, the same phrase a masked raider spoke to Kazumasa before killing him. Realizing that Tenzo killed his father, Jin nearly kills Tenzo before controlling his anger. He then proposes reenacting the ambush that killed his father, in order to lure out and kill the Eagle. Although suffering from near-continuous hallucinations, Jin overcomes the effects of the sacred medicine by acknowledging his father's faults and at last coming to terms with his death. Jin kills the Eagle in a duel, turning the tide in the raiders' favor. Jin and Tenzo forgive each other before parting ways. Alright, lovely people, if you have enjoyed this video, and you would love to see more, make sure you subscribe and like the video to support the channel. Catch you in the next one, peace.